It's all fun and games until you wake up and you realize you live in a police state. And my TikTok feed is filled with people talking about Palantir. And because you're a subscriber, you're going to hear who Palantir really is. Now, I've known this, I've had a hunch, an intuition, a conspiracy of what was behind people like Peter Thiel, the whole PayPal mafia. And I never revealed it on here because I wasn't sure. And then as Palantir got woven into U.S. government systems and ran Lavender, which ran the genocide in Gaza, and is now probably running ICE. ICE is probably like ISIS. Like, it's convenient that works. ICE is probably Palantir's secret police. And I don't know if you've ever done a deep dive on all things related to ISIS and Al-Qaeda, but unfortunately it all goes back to Israel. And that's why, if you ask yourself the question, during the war on terror, why does ISIS never attack Israel? You'd think that would be the obvious thing, right? And they never attack Israel. Quite the contrary, wherever NATO forces go, ISIS follows. There's a slip there. But the other day I was taking one of my 5-hour walks. Wasn't 5 hours, but... And I just stopped. I don't know what came over me. And I just said to DeepSeek, I thought, this would be interesting. So if they're able to run through all these large language models and pick off all these little instances and connections and names and so forth, maybe that would be a way to confirm. So Palantir is the Talpiot project. And you may or may not have ever heard of the Talpiot project, but I asked DeepSeek, what is the Talpiot project? So I'm just going to hit the highlights. It's an elite military academic program within the IDF designed to train exceptional recruits in advanced technology, science, and military leadership to enhance Israel's defense capabilities. Now, I have a friend who's an engineer and who's done work for the DoD and work that he can't tell me about. And when he was in 7th grade, they came to his high school in Pittsburgh and they pulled the math teacher aside and said, we need to test this kid. And then his parents signed some paperwork, and he said from there on, every summer I would go away to these like math camps and couldn't tell anybody about it. And so we have the similar thing here. And at Yale, I had friends who were recruited by the CIA. So I sort of feel comfortable thinking about this world and talking about it. But very quickly, DeepSeek knew exactly what this is. And you get a 3-year degree. It's in applied science, cybersecurity, AI, aerospace, and military technology. Sound familiar? Talpiot graduates have played key roles in Israel's tech and defense sectors, contributing to innovations like Iron Dome, Stuxnet, and Stuxnet is the virus that was unleashed upon Iran and eventually came back to the United States and caused problems for the Obama administration, and AI-driven military systems. By the way, like, DeepSeek didn't have to think 2 seconds to find all this. Due to its classified nature, some speculate that Talpiot involves black ops, cyber warfare, and advanced weapons deployment. You think? So I just asked it real briefly. Again, I was on my walk and I was just, oh, okay, it knows what Talpiot is. So then I said, any connection to Palantir? Yes, there is an interesting connection between the Talpiot project and Palantir, the controversial data analytics company co-founded by Peter Thiel. Several Talpiot graduates have joined Palantir in high-ranking roles, particularly in AI, big data analysis, and cybersecurity. Palantir actively recruits from Unit 8200. That's Israel's cyber elite. You see where I'm going with this? Our American AI is being run by Israel's AI. Both Talpiot and Palantir specialize in predictive analytics, AI-driven warfare, and mass data surveillance. Palantir software has just been used by the Israeli military and intelligence, Mossad Shin Bet, suggesting possible collaboration with Talpiot-trained personnel. Peter Thiel's pro-Israel stance and investments is a strong supporter of Israel's tech military ecosystem. He has invested in Israeli cyber security firms and has ties to 8200, which is this. Palantir has contracts with the IDF on all this stuff like Lavender. I mean, literally, people, what I'm getting at is, while we're all sitting back and we're realizing we really do live in a neo-confederacy, right? The ICE agents go to the farmers and ranches and say, all right, you just lock these people down here. Slavery, people. It's slavery. I mean, I sort of jokingly was like, someday it's going to be like Gone with the Wind, and it's just going to be ICE agents and these like neo-confederacy and blah, blah, blah. And here it is. Hold on. So then I said, any connection to Starlink and SpaceX? This is DeepSeek, folks. Yes, there are some indirect but notable connections between the Talpiot project and SpaceX Starlink, primarily through sharing technology, military applications, and alumni. Many Talpiot graduates go on to work in Israel's defense sector, like Raphael and Elbit Systems, and collaborate with SpaceX on satellite and missile defense. Starlink satellites have been reportedly been used by the IDF. It's all one thing, people. There's not even, I mean, I'm going at this like there's, America's over here and Israel's over here. It's all one thing. I mean, if I didn't do anything to help you for $9.95 a month, explain that to you. So no matter how bad you think this police state in America really is, that Trump is making all these decisions on his own, and no, people, it's much, much, much worse. There is an enemy, foreign and domestic. I've been telling you this for 4 years, and now I have proof positive. Any connection to OpenAI and ChatGPT? Yes, there's an indirect but intriguing connections between Israel's Talpiot project and OpenAI ChatGPT, primarily through AI research, military civilian tech crossover, and alumni involvement. Now, the main use of ChatGPT right now is for therapy. Now think about this. I mean, this is why the Christ head's behind me, right? All these, I'm going to just use the word exhausted, tormented Gen Z people. I'm not making fun of them. I spend a lot of time on social media too. They're engaging ChatGPT at just its face value, that this is a nice program some nice people in the Silicon Valley made for us. It's the same fucking thing that just ran Lavender and dropped 2,000-pound bombs on apartment buildings. Think about that. Your daughter who's a little depressed in college because her boyfriend broke up with her or whatever, she's thinking about becoming like trans or whatever, and she's talking to ChatGPT. She's talking to the fucking Talpiot project. Let that sink in. She's talking to Miriam Adelson. And one of the takeaways from this is, I think we need to get off all American/Israeli technology. All of it. I read this 15 years ago, people. Every chip, every software is backdoored by Israel. I won't use his name, but there's a guy who worked for the Defense Department, lives right over the hills from a very wealthy family, let's just put it that way. And confidentially, he told me the deep within the Pentagon, there's two things that they worry about from an intelligence standpoint: China and Israel. So there's a real, like the battle that you see in the Trump administration between like the Tulsi Gabbards and the Steve Bannons and the Steve Miller and J.D. Vance, who's obviously maybe the sexual partner of Peter Thiel. There's a battle. There's like a little mini civil war there. There's now like a civil war on the street. And like the Cheka, like the SS, there won't be good old-fashioned street battles like Democratic National Convention in '68 in Chicago, where like just gangs of stoned hippies like attacked the police and the Irish cops beat them and everybody beat everybody. It's like a good old-fashioned dust-up. No, that's not what they're going to do. They're going to act like the Huns and the Mongols who would attack the Roman legions, and they would just go by with a lasso and just rope one guy and just drag him away so he's never seen again. Just, it's not really an act of any sort of